Chris Myers, the third fastest person, fourth fastest time in history here today.
Tell me who you are, and then
I was that guy who, in our 5-kilometer races, it would walk half of it. And it took me like a few years of just messing around to be like, man, I really suck at running. Can I get better at this? So fast forward to now, I'm still trying to get better. You might find this is like a common theme where I latch onto a decision and I just I'm doing it like full gas. All my running in high school and just like growing up was like on mostly trails. And it just felt really natural. I feel like they've always just kind of been a part of me. It's never felt like a weird shift. And then I went on a run with some friends and they're like, oh, we're doing a 20-mile run right now. You should do an ultra. I'm like, how long are those? And they're like, oh, like a 50K. I'm like, I'm not from Europe. What's that? My body was like so not used to like pushing for that long, and it just like seized up on me. And it was just really disappointing to like know that my training and my fitness was good, but my body was quitting on me. But I did leave like excited that I'd won my first ultra, but I was also just like, damn, I suck at this. How can I get better? So I got pretty stubborn about that. I'm like, all right, how can I get better? Last year, and it still like doesn't quite feel real.
Chris Myers, what a crew he's got.
Chris Myers, today is going to forever change your life. Top line takeaways from
I was kind of on the cusp. It was like a big turning point. It's like, do I continue and put all my chips in becoming, an artist and work on building my career, or do I kind of put that on the back burner and try running a bit more seriously? But I was also very scared to like admit that like I was doing this professionally. From then on, it was like, do I show up and be consistent, or do I just be that one-hit wonder? Yeah, like it shifted from like, okay, I'm not a pro runner, maybe I'm a pro runner, how do I back it up? And then backing it up just meant being a bit more consistent. Basically, I went from knowing nothing about Western states to just really having a huge established blueprint of how I performed the previous year, and just a bunch of things that I wanted to work on. I spent that entire next year working on them, and it was really, really validating to improve by an hour and 1 minute from the previous year, because I was like, I can run an hour faster. People thought I was probably going crazy, but I was just like, no one believed me.
Why do I live in Boulder? Why do I train in Boulder? Well, a lot of the things that people come to Boulder for are mostly about running. And I think community is a huge part of what drew me here. Beyond just having a good community, I think Boulder is a place that kind of allows you to make it fit whatever need or race you're preparing for. And training for something like UTMB, I think, is going to take a lot of specificity. But I feel like Boulder has the necessary amenities I need to hopefully do better at UTMB. The past 2 weeks hit around 90 miles a week, and I do workouts, more of like a harder effort every other day. Today, Saturday, we're gonna do a little bit more of a serious workout.
oh boy. That was a good one.
I like to stack my strength and my workout days together, so we're gonna hit the gym after this first workout, and we'll double. Basically, whenever I need to go do a long hike in the night, it's good to do that as a double. I think as we build into UTMB, we're gonna start shifting the focus to around time per week. So we'll be aiming for around 19 to 20 hours of running per week. We'll also put an emphasis on the elevation gains. So UTMB is 33,000 feet in American units. So we're gonna be aiming for 30,000-ish feet of vert in 19 hours. So we're stopping in Seattle, training right now, then we're gonna do some product stuff later, and then I'm off to Fuji, and it's gonna be really humid there. All the hay should be in the barn, so it's just about staying active and keeping my fitness up, and yeah, just having a good time. I think Fuji is an excellent test
for UTMB, which is the ultimate goal for this year. Fuji's my time to learn lessons and mess up, and then see how I can do better. So I got a core heat sensor. I've been tracking my heat training, and I just think I just need to stay more hydrated. So those are things I can test on my own and also test on race day. So that's what we're gonna try and do.
This is UTMB 2026's specialized kit. UTMB is very particular about the mandatory kit. You know, not every brand offers kind of set of stuff that, you know, not only meets the requirements, but kind of like chases the line between being the lightest and most efficient. So what we're trying to do here is make something that works really well for me, but also follows in the guidelines of the kit and, you know, makes me have the best chance possible to have like a good day.
Thinking about that kit, what you're gonna need to wear on race day in August in Chamonix. And so obviously it starts with the right layers. And so we know for you, unique needs on race day, you're gonna be carrying a lot of your nutrition likely in a hydration vest. So we wanted to look at how we can make this as lightweight, as minimal as possible, especially based on your feedback. So we created 2 mock-ups, and you were really great providing us feedback at the camp in Hawaii. And based on that feedback, we were able to take the chassis, as you would say, of the half type and strip back all the things that you really don't need on race day.
I've yet to come across a race where I'm like, I did everything right, that was the best I could do, I can't do any better. And I don't think I'll ever get to that stage, but I really like coming back to races for self-improvement. I really got that like bug to like, how can I get better at this? How can I solve these problems? And one of the things I really came to love with ultra running is the problem-solving aspect of it, because you don't have to be the fastest person out there, but if you can problem solve your way out of it, you can actually have pretty good success. I think it is such a privilege to be a professional athlete, and I think every professional trail athlete should at least like try to do these things that excite them. UTMB Ultra Trail Mont Blanc, that's the big one. That's the bucket list. That's the race that you've heard about even before you're a trail runner. It's like a celebration of fitness and ability to go do something special. The culmination of how beautiful it is, how far you go and what you do, it's just really impressive. I'm still really intimidated by it. Like the imposter syndrome is there, but I've never like come away thinking like I can't do better than I've already done. Like I know I can always do better, but I haven't done UTMB, so I don't know what to improve on yet. So that's scary. You know, what have I overlooked? What have I not prepared and trained for? To that point, I'm trying to simulate that. I'm gonna be doing Mount Fuji, a race that I think is a reflection of UTMB. It also goes around a big mountain. It starts at 5 p.m. I get to run through the night in a foreign country. It's very verty, around 25,000 feet. I think it's gonna kick my butt. And I think I'm gonna like hopefully learn some lessons. Like you don't know what's gonna break until you break it. That's the most like poignant motivator in my opinion, because you're like, man, I suffered for 50 miles not being able to run down hills. I'm never gonna let myself do that again. There's really tough lessons to be learned out there. A good day at Fuji means I learn something. A perfect day at Fuji means I win it. But again, I can't give myself too many expectations for it. I just gotta do it.